Keeping your audience happy is important to maintaining your podcast, but there may be other things you can give your audience to keep them better fed and even happier with your show in the future. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Smart podcasters serve the needs of their audience. You've heard me say before how important it is for podcasters to know who you are for and why they are there. That's a phrase I borrowed from Tom Webster, and it remains the best centering, if you will, or focusing mantra that I can think of when it comes to the relationship that a podcaster has with their audience. But there's only so much you can know, and only from so many. And what you do know about what they need from you might not be the same thing that they want or need from you in the future. Also, remember that your show is not listened to in a vacuum. Your audience probably listens to other shows, and if not other podcasts, then they certainly have other types of media and information in their lives. All from providers who also want more attention from the same person that you all share together. So, to keep you and your show relevant as your listeners' needs and media diet changes, I'm expanding on 5 very good ideas that The Atlantic came up with recently as they were grappling with the ongoing needs of their own audience. These are ideas that can make sure that your audience is likely to keep a seat for you at their media consumption table. Number 1, provide depth, clarity, and context. As we hurtle ever faster towards abundancy, providing more content is rapidly losing its value. For every person who says they can't get enough of you, there may be a dozen who are already drowning in your content. Now, yes, I recognize the irony of a person with a daily podcast making this statement. Noted. Look, your audience may want you to go deeper, not longer, not more frequently. They may want you to get to the point faster, and they may want you to provide context on ideas and topics they hear from others. Be their trusted source, because you certainly aren't their only source. Number 2, discovering new ideas. Because, surprise, people like to be surprised. Well, to an extent. Clearly, you can take that too far. Part of being a trusted source means that your audience relies on you to know more about something than they do. They expect you to be a step or two ahead of them, looking out for your shared future. Look, they don't have time to learn all of your new discoveries, but they will appreciate knowing you'll give them the scoop when there's something truly worthy of their attention. Number 3, challenge assumptions. Yes, people do like familiarity, and they also like having their own biases reinforced. Very few people like to be told that they're wrong. However, they may be more willing to listen to a trusted source who shares their exact same worldview, if you will, but who's now offering a different, perhaps challenged perspective. I don't recommend going after core beliefs right away, but exploring those fuzzy edges and chipping away at some long-held notions can actually capture and keep your audience's attention. Number 4, provide a welcome, meaningful break. Podcasting, by its very nature, is slower than other forms of media, and that's what many of your listeners may see as great and as a welcome respite from the hours they spend doom scrolling their social media feeds. And yes, podcasting is a found time activity that can be layered on top of other tasks. But don't forget your show's ability to give your audience a chance to breathe as they listen and do nothing else for a while. And number 5, introduce better media options. Now, this final point may seem in stark opposition to my first point, but your audience may appreciate you helping surface new and better media for them to consume. Yes, other podcasts, but also other forms of media, as long as they're related, either tightly or tangentially, to the topic where they see you as a trusted source. And if you find a clever way to make your recommendations seem personal to them and also non-interruptive, well, then your audience will appreciate you even more. So there you have it. 5 ways to think about what you can do for your audience to keep you and your podcast as a healthy part of their media diet. Now, personally, I will be implementing some of these in future episodes, so stay tuned. With that, I shall be back tomorrow with yet another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers!